maybe Bitcoin is the sole financial system for our whole species, that I'm really focused more and more on the Bitcoin. I sold more and more altcoins, I sold more and more stocks. And I think 2021 was this time where I focused solely on purely on Bitcoin because of the things that I mentioned before. And it's interesting when you talk about one only thing, because right now we have so many different currencies, we have so many different assets, we have so many different stocks, and then it's like, but why would there only be one? And then when you look at the history of money, there's always weaker and stronger currencies, there's always weaker and stronger monies. And I do believe that we will come to a point where we move up the civilization level and we will have one singular money. So like there's a singularity of the monetary system where we go into one. And that's just basically my theory around Bitcoin being that one system, the one asset, that one network that we will be built on top of it. And that's basically what I'm getting at with Bitcoin.
Wow, this is exciting. I can say you about my current strategy. If you want to invest in something, buy Bitcoin. Come to you and tell, hey, let's do this or do this, invest in a Bitcoin. I think investing in Bitcoin on the long term, this is the easiest, the simplest, and the most profitable strategy.
Just like if you have 0.1 or 0.2 Bitcoin, you're already one of the top hodlers. Like most people have almost no money in Bitcoin. If you have a whole coin or like 2 or 10 coins or something like that, you are one of the top Bitcoin hodlers. When you look at that, you see how freaking early we are in that. Yes, I do understand the frustration of like, I also thought once we reached 100K and then also the strategic Bitcoin reserve talks are coming in, we will easily go to 150K very quickly. Similar how we went from 10K to instantly 17K, but things sometimes take longer. And if you look at the performance of Bitcoin in the last year, it's still amazing. But I do see also that there are a lot of people seeing 100K as a top signal, and then they are selling, there's sell orders going on. But this can only happen for a short or medium period of time. This can only happen for so long. If there's so many companies buying it, if there are now nation states talking about it and potentially doing it, they have such deep pockets where it's fascinating how fast this can grow. And then if you look at, for example, Google Trends and see how the retail crowd is currently interested in Bitcoin, we are very low. Like if you look at 2017, I think we had like 30% or 25% of the levels of 2017. So we didn't even hit any FOMO levels, any trigger points in the retail crowd. All the price appreciation right now is because institutions are buying it, not the retail crowd is buying. Once we reach higher prices and institutions are buying it, nation states are flirting with it, and then the retail crowd also gets activated in a similar way than we had 2017, we can easily rip through 200, 300,000. It's okay. Like most people come into Bitcoin because of the speculation or because of like, oh, like maybe I get rich this year. Once you get there and you researched it, you're like, okay, I should look at that at least 4 to 5 years. Like I should not come in here to get the rewards in like a half a year or like 1 year. I always say like, be in this for 5 years and try to study and research it in this coming 5 years as much as possible. And I can almost guarantee you that at the end of the 5 years, you will not only be a lot wealthier, you will also not sell at all, because all of a sudden you understand Bitcoin and you really understand where this mission is going. So after 5 years, you probably will say like, oh, like let's be another 10 years or let's be another 20 years in that. If you have 0 Bitcoin right now and you have a lot of other investments, maybe have 5% in the Bitcoin for the next 5 years and just don't touch it. Just study how to store it, because that's really important part. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to be rug pulled or anything like that. And then just leave it there. And every 2 months, study some podcasts, some books, some whatever, and get into the game. So that's what I usually try to get to people. Like if you only, the whole theory that I talk to you now with the financialization in a singularity monetary assets with Bitcoin, if you only believe me with 3%, maybe put 3% of your money into Bitcoin and wait 5 years. and see how research and education evolves your thinking around Bitcoin, and maybe those 3% come to 5, 6, 7%. And you're like, oh, like this can actually happen. And that now this is happening. And you see the progress of Bitcoin, and you see that vision kind of getting fulfilled towards the singularity of money. But I believe the theory is so strong that I've put everything in there. But if you think like, oh, that there's maybe a 1-2% chance that this happens, even if there's like a 1% chance, you should put a little bit in there because it might happen. And you don't want to be on the other side. You don't want to be the last person on the Titanic, still on the Titanic and not having anything in Bitcoin. So that's always why I'm like, if you have Bitcoin, you're already better than 99% of the people. If you have no Bitcoin, you are unfortunately in that 99% bracket. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. When I started buying Bitcoin, it was under 10K. Now it's under 100K. If you wait long enough, you will not get it under 1 million. Yes, it always makes sense to adopt Bitcoin because it's a better monetary system. You will always benefit from it. But how much you benefit shrinks over time. So we're still early. It's still a huge potential in front of us. But it's better to buy Bitcoin at 100K than at 1 million. And it's better to buy Bitcoin at 1 million than at 10 million. That's what I'm usually trying to get at. Study it, get some exposure. And if it actually does not work out and you put 1% of your assets in there, do you really care that you lost 1% of your assets? But you gained the upside potentially to have that one asset that everyone is using, and you were amongst the first like a few 100 million people. I think that's kind of worth it.
Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to watch a full episode and also check the links in the description below.